for 2 years. I attended what's it? Notre Dame School. It's a private school next to Ikpobahi. So I came back after 2 years.
Okay.
Now the problem is when it comes to being in an office, I can't be bold anymore. They killed that boldness in me.
Wow.
Nigeria. I can't be bold anymore. I can't speak with boldness or say anything that is in my mind. It better make the thing they chop me for inside my body. And that is very bad. You can tell your child not to be like, you can be bold, but not in an insultive way. I was a little bit insultive. I was like from 9 to 12. That is when I was in Nigeria. So, and when everybody says like, oh, you were born in Europe, you have everything in a platter of gold. No, it's not like that. It is not like that. It's very easy to say, but it's not like that.
Okay, I want to ask you a very simple question. Have you ever drunk Gary with pepper before?
No, but I've drunk plain Gary.
With salt.
No, wait now. Wait now. I want to tell you what suffer means now. Have you ever drunk Gary with pepper before?
It's different. We have our own sofa here. Let me explain.
Explain your sofa to me because I want to. Have you ever been to Lagos? Even the Benin you went to.
That your sofa is our own VIP luxury lifestyle. Then.
Wait, man. No, man. Okay. Now you come. I like many people. It's very easy to say. I born my Pikin for Germany. My Pikin na EU citizen. My Pikin na abroad Pikin. They can never deport the child back home. Or when they deport, I hear everybody say, "Oh, they have no right for the child to be deported because he born the Pikin for abroad." Now, there is a constitution. I was born in Italy. A constitution that says when your both parents are immigrants, you have no rights. You are not entitled to be a citizen until you are 18 years. And you get mocked for it. Many have, like, they went through depression for it. To be honest, as a Gen Z, you get mocked. You can't travel everywhere with your classmates because you have a Nigerian passport.
Oh, that's the suffering.
No, wait, I'm coming.
Okay,
I'm coming.
continue.
Some of us, I don't want to go into details, but some of us, our parents had us when they didn't have greener pasture in abroad. So we had to, wait, ma, I saw your face. I'm talking about Italy. It's not like Germany doesn't have Caritas. Some of us, let me just put it like that, ate from Caritas. They have to go and take clothes from Caritas. Some has to stay with nuns. I don't know if you know those women that wear black and black, that stays in the Catholic churches. Exactly. Some of us have to skip school. Or some people, they take their children to another country and then they go to another country and then they go to another country. And then it just fucked up their mentality. Yes, that is our suffer. But it still fucks us up.
Okay. Now, I would like Mami Shola to tell you a little about our own Nigerian suffer. They will come and compare the two. Have you ever slept without light for like 10 years? No light.
I'm sorry to cut you short. I'm sorry. But I know you always talk about our suffer in Nigeria.
Wait.
These kids.
Wait, Obo said they will speak, okay? I just want Mami Shola to speak for like 2 minutes, then everybody will speak.
Good day, everyone. Talking about suffering, you know that there are even some of us that was brought up in the city, like Benin City, and majority of people even live from village to Europe. So let's talk about the people in the village. Have you ever been to the river, to stream, or to farm? You have to farm before you eat.
Not before I eat, but I farmed.
Okay, you have to go to farm, root the cassava, fry it, sell it, so that you can even have money to buy things for soup.
Ma, we can't compare because the money, like, let me say, how do they say it? Like the economy is not the same, so we can't compare it. It's not.
Yeah, but I don't think
not
you
comparable.
people don't have suffer here because I also have kids here. And sometimes I ever ask my kids, what do you want? They will say, no, I don't want this one. I will not flashback. You said one thing that we are still traumatized. That's why we always bring up back. You know how our mama they treat us. They will beat us. Yeah, many of us are still traumatized because we went through hell and back before we became adults. Imagine here you have a child, start asking your child, what do you want to eat? He will say, no, I want this one. Oh, I don't want to. Start begging. They didn't to beg us, so they will beat you. Akamu, young 0 months old baby. Akamu, that Yoruba Akamu. They will press your nose. You will not be the one to decide if you will swallow or die.
My mom trained me. Now waiting I get now I go give my pikin, and now that thing where I get now you go chop.
Exactly. That's how my mom
But
told me.
here,
my mom is an instant woman. I don't like olele, but I have to eat olele.
But here,
I want to eat McDonald's, and
Yeah.
my mom will not beg me. If hungry they catch you, go back to the olele, go chop them.
yes, some mothers are like that, and there are also some mothers who train their children. I've seen where a child reported his mother to the school that he doesn't want to eat black soup, and because of that, they took the child away from the mother.
What do you have to say about that, the life of me?
When it comes to taking kids away, I'm so sorry, but it's not always what the parents say out. That's what goes. That's what's really happening.
Okay. So
Yes.
what is really happening? Tell us.
Okay.
Myself, I want to know.
Let me use as an example. So, and sir, you said a day you said like Oyibo not they beat their children.
Yes.
Now Oyibo beat their children past. Only their children do not talk out.
That's a lie.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I wanted to
Beat
say that
their
before.
children mercilessly, but they
And,
don't talk out.
they will do it in front of the
Paper,
police,
yes.
and the police will not say anything.
Wait. Let me ask your V. I want you to say something about this beating of a child.
Good afternoon. So I was born in Italy, right?
Okay.
And I was
How old are you? And
I'm
try
I'm
with your parents.
I'm 25.
Okay.
And what I would say is that
Your dad is from where?
my dad is Ghanaian, my mom she's Nigerian.
What tribe in Nigeria?
Edo State from Oredo local government.
Wow. Okay.
So what I would say, growing up in the midst of white people, right? I've learned that white people can be very secretive. They can be going through so much that you would not know. You'll be thinking that they have it all compared to us black. Now, let me say comparing my other sister now, she grew up with my grandma, right? And my own training. My mom, she had to learn when she gave birth to us in Italy how to communicate, how to hear us, not just to listen, just how to hear us. And I feel like I had this, I was fortunate enough to have a good bond with my mom. But comparing it with my friends, they go through a lot of mental impact that they don't even feel safe to talk to their mom because they don't get listened by their mom, right? Or they either get just saying that, oh, I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I've gone through this. I do not have anything. You have everything. So why are you depressed? Or why do you think that what someone else saying can have an impact in you? Self-esteem is one thing that can actually destroy somebody. And growing up in a white environment whereby you are black and bullying and racism is constant, having to deal with it and learn how to build yourself is something that is very difficult. Now, my first time I've ever experienced racism was when I was in secondary school. I was even scared to talk to my mom about it because my mom saw it as a form of weakness.
Yeah.
Like, from where I came from, we know they cry, or if person slap
why they cry, come
slap
ask.
her back. If he beat you, you beat her back, right? But in an environment of white, you wouldn't want to be called ras because already you are being categorized as an animal because of your color, right? So I was in a place whereby I didn't know what to do, what to say. I had to deal with it. In fact, I had also impact where I was crying about it, like, why am I different? And it had an impact on my self-esteem to the point that I didn't even like my skin color because I was not accepted by my peers. I would be in a class of white and I'm the only black person. If I'm even lucky, will be 2 or 3. That's how I grew up in education. To the point that when I see that, oh, this Black community, I'm not the only person that felt that way. It was what empowered me. Now, my mom did not have that racism kind of thing. Maybe she had this tribal stuff that is going on, but it's not the same thing by being criticized by the kind of person you are. So when we talk about suffering, I think it's just different level. Maybe in the side of my mom growing up, it's more about economical factors. But in ours, it's just different. It comes by physical, mental, like even decision making. Now, let me even go to another aspect. It got to a point where my parents thought that if kids don't study law or nursing or any job that actually have a title, you didn't make it in life. Whereby people have career of singing, like they have good voice in singing. Like their parents would be like, so you want to finish school and say you want to become a musician? What is that? Did you not see this person, what she's doing? Abi, you know, see this person Pikin, how she's striving in her career because she's doing science. Comparison is one thing that killed us in this Europe.
Wow.
Now, the first time my mom...
You mean your mom was comparing you with other children?
My mom, the first time my mom...
The mentality of our Black women in Africa.
The first time my mom compared me to another person's child, my dad put a stop to it. Because everybody's grace cannot be the same. If my friend is good in music, that does not mean that I have a future in music.
Exactly.
But that again, that comparison thing killed me because I was not like, because this person is good in law, why must I be good in law? Like, I hate law. In fact, law was one subject that I hated so much in school because, number one, it's not that it works the way it is in books. Like, reality is totally different, right? Cool. Now, growing up as a teenager, it got to a point I had to sit my mom down. And I was like, if I can't communicate to you as my own mother, I cannot be safe out there. Now, I'm a woman, right? My mom had to be my best friend. I was lucky that my mom taught me about, you know, the female changes, what to expect before my first period, what I need to do, how to take care of myself and stuff like that. I was actually very happy about it. But some of my friends never had that with their mothers. In fact, I remember my best friend, with the first time she had that period, her mom said, now you feel carry belle. I don't want to see you with any man. I don't want to see you with any boy. Don't even walk with boys, this and that. And me, I had a different kind of stuff from that. My mom just told me that now you're a woman, just know that this is going on, be ready for this, be ready for that. So it's just like different, right? Some girls growing up in Italy now, they did not have that motherly aspect in the sense of she's my mom. It's more about don't put shame in my name. Don't bring insult to our family. Don't do this. In fact, some kids even had to learn about sexual education by their mistakes, not even by what parents taught them. And I think one thing that parents need to learn is bring sexual education to your kids as soon as they start developing, because that will prevent them from doing loads of mistakes. Now, imagine...
Are you a mother?
No, I'm not a mom yet.
Okay, continue.
So, like my upbringing now, when it comes to men, one thing, my dad is a very strict person, I won't lie. But he did make it clear to me and my females, like my other sisters, that it's okay with us having male friends, but there are boundaries. This is the right way and this is not the right way. And one thing I knew growing up is a male friend was not allowed in our house, except it's a group of friends that is, my friend has a brother. That's the only way a man could come to our house. But if it's just my male friend like that, God forbid, my dad will never even allow that to happen. And then if we have to step out with a guy, it has to be like a group thing. It can't just be me and one guy, right? But then I was taught in a different way that this is how you get pregnant. Why others did not get taught that way. So I just think that sometimes parenting can be very harsh. And if really you draw your kids closer in a way that they learn properly, not just by, you have to do this, this is the only way, a lot of things will change. Now, there are a lot of kids that are disrespectful based on the fact they came from either a broken home or they don't have a relationship with their parents, or life taught them something and they just feel like this is their proper way of communicating. But again, I keep saying it that in this life, any parent that bring a child in, sometimes they need to be soft, just as they are strict. They just need to be, it's just balance for me. Now my mom, she's my best friend. I can go to her about any problem that I have and I will not be judged. But is that like that for everybody? I can't say that that's like that for everyone. And my best friend now, she feel more safe talking to my mom than her own mother. That sometimes my mom have to call my best friend mom to say, your daughter is going through this, so draw your daughter close, or learn how to speak to your daughter, or listen to her. Till this day, I can say that in African home, depression is not a thing. They don't believe in depression. They will say, you have food, you have roof, why are you depressed? What is there that will give you depression? Have you been to Nigeria before that? If depression or you, will you survive? Comparison is something that I would never be cool with. Even if I have a beautiful life and my best friend have a beautiful life, I can't compare my life to hers and say, just because I had this and you didn't have that, that doesn't mean that you're not intelligent. No. It's more about watching each other. But that's really what I think. That's my opinion. And then again, I think you said something about parents, like parents in Nigeria had a very tough life that when they need to dish food, you don't have a choice, right? I feel like that's also a way of killing communication between parents and kids.
Okay.
When
Explain in details, because
Okay.
the reason why they always force the food on us then was because no money. They cannot go and buy themselves. So they'll tell us you are eating about today, tomorrow until Friday. You don't have a choice to say no.
Okay, now I understand your point. I thought you were just saying that they were just making the decision for everyone and that was
No,
it.
there was no money. The economy was bad. This is the suffering we experienced. You know,
Okay.
a group of guys like your age, they are also writing me that I will also set up this again, that they will also want to talk to the life of me, you, the queen. They are, I think, 22, 23, and 21. They are 4. So we'll set up a time and date for this again. I love this topic. And I want to ask this question. Osa Yuki Waila, can you please come on camera? Obo Settie, are you born in Europe? Okay. How old are you? Your parents? Okay. Your mom? No. Are you born in Europe?
So I'm not born in Europe, but I have a teenager as well, teenage kids.
Oh, you have
like
teenage kids. Okay.
15 going to 16.
Okay.
15 going to 16, and twins 12. They're 13. I'm in Deutschland, living in Germany.
Okay, now,
So
thank God that
I
you are
want
here as a
to
mother.
talk,
I want to ask you this question.
yeah,
At what
but I want
age?
to talk about the queen. Okay,
Continue.
I want to talk about the queen. The queens, she made mention of introducing her boyfriend to her parents,
Yeah.
which I find very bold of her. It's a very nice thing of her doing it. But her parents, in her age, I think she was maybe 15 years old then, or 14. I don't really know how old, but she dated the guy like 4 years, I think so.
Yes.
16. But at that age, I know most of our parents or most of African people those days, they were not really exposed into the system of that Europe system. They were not really integrated. They didn't even go to school properly. So at that age, normally your mommy have to take you to a children's doctor, pediatry. You have a maybe like they call it in Germany pille. Yeah, just to protect you so that you will not get pregnant and advise you and caution you about it. That is one point. And another point, you people make mention about Europe economy, like Germany. I live in Germany. I said, the economy is a little bit bad, but when you are immigrant, me, I'm an immigrant, like Brother Inogi, I came here, I looked for paper, I was in asylum and all. But when you integrate in the system, maybe if you cannot study, here we call it Ausbildung, which is as learning a job or being a nurse, When you do that, you can earn good and take off yourself and your needs. So the third point is, who told me? I think the other girl, the life of me, something like that. She said her parents took her or her mom took her back to Nigeria, like for 2 years. Because of that, she was not bored again. Being at work now in Europe, the boldness of communication died down. I will say I'm not 100% agree with you because I was not born and brought up here, but I work with German people here, and I have to speak. You know, I have to bold enough and speak. You have to know your
what you
work,
meant,
and
what
you have
you
to
meant,
bold enough.
what you meant, my lady,
Sir?
what she meant by that was that before she's blunt, she will tell you, Uncle, your mouth is smelling, and she will think it's a normal thing to her. But now, after the 2 years training she went to in Nigeria, she came back and now she cannot just say, Uncle, your mouth is smelling. She will not put it in a polite way in order for the uncle not to see it as an offense. That's what she's trying to say. Not that
Yeah, but she said at work. She said at work because I listed
I never
them.
said
She said at work.
I
No.
didn't say at work. Okay, I was a very blunt child, as Epa said. I will tell you that your mouth is smelling, auntie. Your food is not tasting good. I will tell you. When I went back to Nigeria, what happened? 2 years, then I came back. Now I am growing. When someone is even shouting at me, I can't retaliate anymore. Even though I'm at work or at school, I cannot have that boldness anymore to retaliate. I will just leave you, and that's not a good thing. Sometimes when someone insults you, you have to insult them back.
Okay, wait. Oh, in that rehabilitation, should I call it rehabilitation?
Rehabilitation.
Should I call it rehabilitation? For that 2 years, did they hit you? Did they beat you or anything?
Oh yes, yes.
Do you know why? Because you were extremely
Epa
stubborn.
is called factory reset.
It's
And
Can I
No,
say
that's not
something?
good. Eating is not good. It
It's
shouldn't
not.
be
Can I
Okay.
say something? Can I say
Now,
something?
before you say something, I would like other people to also speak.
Wait, no, sir. Just a little.
Okay, just yes,
Say
yes.
it's
I'm not
factory-
true.
Sorry, man. Let me
Oh,
just say.
okay.
Okay, factory reset. No. How would a child fail an exercise like when they give you stuff to do, and maybe the child has 0, and then you will nicket the child, put their drawers down, and then hit them on the butt, or you will tell them to carry a brick and stay outside the sun and look up at the sun? What would that bring to the child? Only trauma. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
And I wanted to correct
If I can
something
talk.
Mrs.
Yes, you can talk.
Obo said.
I'm not
You
sure.
see
I
it as
haven't
trauma,
been
but we didn't see it like that.
No,
and
it's
your mom didn't
trauma.
see it
It's
like that.
trauma,
So just
ma.
a proper
I want to
training.
correct you. I want
Can I
to correct
talk?
Obo said. I
I'm
want
going
to
to show
correct.
it's a
talk?
trauma.
Yeah, wait.
It's
Obo,
trauma. It's not a trauma.
Can I
We're not
please
talking about
talk?
it today.
That's what I'm
Please.
saying.
Okay. Okay. First of all, I want to greet the house. Good evening, good afternoon to everyone. To all moms and daddies.
Tell us your name and your dad's tribe and your mom's tribe and the country you were born.
Okay, cool. So my mom is Edo, my dad is Yoruba. I was born in Ireland. I can't remember the other one. I actually came up here for 2 things. I don't want to talk too much, but Epa, I've been meaning to reach out to you and Momizi Omoroji in regards to something, because I made a video a few months ago talking about how Edo parents don't teach their children the language. And that is a very big problem, and it's going to tie into what we're talking about, actually. And I said I want
How
to
old are you? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm 21, sorry. I'm 21 years old. I'm going to be 22 this year.
Wow. Wait, how did they get the route to the lineage of the cyberspace of Edo? That's what I'm still trying
For
to.
me, I'm a person, I love culture. I love culture. I love watching anything concerning culture, mostly Edo culture. I love following up with things. I love understanding culture. I love understanding respect. I love understanding things like this because I feel like it's very important. I feel like a lot of us lack that. All of us children that were born in abroad, a lot of us lack that aspect of culture. And that's why you see a lot of children stray away from what they're supposed to be. You see them following the culture of the Westerners. And that's a point I also want to make. I hate when a lot of the aunties and uncles will say, Oyibo people too good. They treat their children good. Their society is good. They're not. I think it was the life of the lady up here, the life of me. She said something earlier on. She said that Oyibo people, they pass through a lot behind closed doors, but they won't say it. They even abuse. The beating that they receive from their parents is worse than the beating that a lot of you guys, a lot of our parents actually did. But me personally, I wasn't beat. That's one thing I want to say. I wasn't beat.
Okay.
And I feel like that's a big part of the way I am now. I wasn't beat. I'm not traumatized. Unfortunately, a lot of us born in the diaspora were traumatized. And the point I want to make is that Unfortunately, the parents that came here, they were traumatized. And as one mommy just said now, she doesn't see it as trauma. It's trauma. You do things to your children that ordinarily you shouldn't do. Beatings that your children receive, that's instilling anger, instilling fear, instilling regression in their brain. They go into society and they become angry people. They start fighting people. They start insulting people. It stems from somewhere. You have children that aren't proud, that aren't bold, like what this lady just said. She went back to Nigeria. She was traumatized. She came back. She lost her boldness. She lost her essence. You beat essence out of a child and they forget who they are. That's not me saying you shouldn't be strict. You can have, well, my relationship with my parents is, there is a boundary of respect. I respect the sacrifices that my parents made. That's why I went to university. That's not to say that I truly, in my innermost being, I want to go to university. I want to pursue academia. No. But I respect the sacrifice my parents made, which is why I won't draw disgrace into their body, if you get what I mean.
Wow.
Taking a step back, when it comes to the language, this is the point I was going to make. I made a video and a lot of people reached out, a lot of everyone's children reached out to me and they were like, we weren't taught the language. Like, is there anywhere you could point me to? And someone actually reached out to me and I said, the first thing I said to her, because we went on a meeting, I said, I'm going to go and tell Epa and Nokia because he has a huge platform. And I believe he has a lot of parents watching him whose children don't speak Edo
I've
language.
been watching my live stream.
I've been watching your live stream for a long time, Epa. I'm a big fan. I'm a very big fan. But, so a lady reached out to me and we were on a meeting. And she said that she was making an app and it's already been launched. And it's just me that's been very lazy. I've been saying I'm going to reach out to you. The app is called Koyo, Koyo. And it's on the App Store, it's on the Play Store. You download the app, you make an account, and you can learn the language. You can learn Yoruba, Igbo, Edo, but there's more so as an emphasis on the Edo language. It speaks it for you, it writes it out for you, and there's tasks and challenges. Why I make this point? Edo people, teach your children your culture. Because we have cases like what these children are talking about. They come to Europe, they're born in Europe. They're faced with these Wendo people. Naturally, you're going to face racism. You're going to face the feeling of inferiority. You're going to feel inferior to these people that you're around.
Do you speak Edo and Yoruba?
Unfortunately, I only speak a little bit of Yoruba, but I don't speak Edo. Maybe a little Edo, not too much. Unfortunately, that's why I really love culture. Like I've been trying to follow up the culture for the longest time. And yes. So you have your children feeling inferior to these people because they have their culture. They're born and brought up here. Their ancestors have been here. Their aunties, their uncles are here. So obviously they're going to be exposed to their culture. But you're saying Oyibo culture is better than your culture. Follow them. You're giving them English names. You're teaching them the English language. You're saying stray away from black people. That's not what you should be doing. Because then you're further instilling your child, you being Edo, you being black, you being Yoruba, you're inferior to these people. Your culture is less than. Therefore, they're already, what these when people are doing, their racism, paired with you instilling in your child that they're less than, it's going to be worse. Me now, an Oyibo person can never meet me and be racist to me, no, because I know my culture. You can never come and meet me and treat me any certain type of way, never. Rather, it's going to be the other way around because I know how much my culture means to me. I know how important my culture is, if you get what I mean.
Wow.
And that's the point of racism. Trauma, I feel like I touched on trauma. But I'm talking too much now, I'm so sorry, but
No, you're not talking too much. Of course, you're making it a whole lot of sense. Yeah, you can continue. I even tell you now, was a going to go for there. Continue.
And the app is called Koyo, Koyo. And that trauma thing, that's a big point I have. Me as a person, I'm not an angry person. I'm not a person that moves with fear in the sense that I wasn't beaten. I wasn't, like some stories I hear, I'll be talking to my friends, they'll say that their parents beat them with rods, their parents beat them with koboko, beat them with charging stick, all these. Why are you doing that to your children? You're destroying your children, you're destroying them. They're going to become more rebellious. They're going to do things that goes against what you say because they feel like you don't wish good for them. They feel like you're beating sense. Instead of you to do that, sit your child down, explain to them the sacrifices you made. And that's another point I want to make. Explain to them you made these sacrifices. Explain that you have a whole life ahead of you. Unfortunately, you're doing those things because of A, B, and C. You shouldn't be doing them. You shouldn't be beating your child. But this is why I'm doing it, because this is the way I feel like it's going to make you progress. And on the point of sacrifice, this is where I feel like a lot of you people will disagree with me. I feel like a lot of parents, I'm just going to put a parents, I'm going to generalize it, shouldn't be parents. A lot of them, sorry?
Why did you say that? A lot of parents shouldn't be parents, yeah.
Or I'll say they're not ready to be parents. Before you become a parent, being a parent is an intentional act. You have to fix every aspect of your life before you become a parent. Spiritual, financial, physical, everything. You should be ready on all fronts before you have a child. because that child is going to have more children, and their children are going to repeat the traumas that you've passed on to them, and that becomes a generational curse. Not all generational curses are spiritual. Some are passed down by the work of your hands. And it's so unfortunate because it's not only you and your generation that has to deal with that, it's us that also have to deal with that. We go outside, we're dealing with angry people that are abusing us, that are angry at us for no reason, that are they're verbally abusive because they're filled with anger. And they don't know where the anger is stemming from. Tomorrow they'll have kids, they'll say they weren't traumatized, that happened to them. And it just continues happening, it's a cycle. And I really do feel like a lot of us have to deal with that trauma before we have kids. And unfortunately, a lot of us do have trauma, and we have kids. I don't have kids, but it's now obviously there's no point crying over spilt milk. So I think it's important that we work with the trauma, and we also work with our children's trauma, because you might not know that your children are traumatized. They might a lot of children have masking techniques. They can mask the way that they feel because they know that you as a parent mightn't understand or mightn't care to understand, or they feel like you don't care to understand. And it's just sad. I feel like that's the most of what I want to say.
Okay,
thank you so
before
much.
you go, the females we are talking about, I mean the ladies here of your age group, they were saying they have some uncles of pedophiles. So I want to ask you this: do you also experience auntie with pedophiles? Because it's both the life of me said that there is uncles with pedophiles, characters and behavior. So do you also have aunties with pedophiles, characters and behavior?
To add to that, before I answer that question, I didn't hear her say that, but I completely agree. I feel like it's a general men problem. A lot of men have problems controlling lust. You might disagree with me, but a lot of men have problems controlling lust. And there is a lot of pedophilia within the community that's not addressed. They like to brush it under the rug and say, he's a man, or he doesn't know what he's doing. That's not how you should be addressing these things. And to answer the question you asked me personally, I unfortunately wasn't brought up around as much as the Nigerian community as much. I grew up in a Catholic church. My mom is she does things by herself. I had only maybe one other auntie, and that was it. So I wasn't really faced with that problem, but I do hear some cases of women kind of coming on to younger boys and stuff. But on both sides, it's wrong. But I feel like the problem more so lies on the men's side, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Mamishula, I want to ask you a question. Mamishula, at what age do you think a girl should lose, and most especially this Gen Z, at what age do you think they should lose their virginity? This question will be thrown to the queen. Will be thrown to the queen. It will be thrown to Obosede because she said she works with the German. And Osayuki never talks since.
I don't know. I can't really say. It depends on how the child was brought up and the environment she grows up.
Yes.
It depends. Some children, they lost their virginity 14 years, 15 years, 16 years. So it actually depends.
Okay. V, at what age do you think it's the normal time for a lady to lose her virginity? This is the most deepest question, and I think parents should